I'll look back on my life and like wish that I had have done that, which sounds so silly, but it's just something that I've like strongly always wanted to do. What's up guys, welcome back for my kitchen of my new house. If you guys don't know, I moved recently. I'm nervous, I don't know if you guys can tell. I have not filmed for YouTube in a really long time. I'm not used to talking on camera like I used to be. I feel like I have to like psych myself up so much more to talk on camera these days. I have been putting off filming this video for a really long time, not for really any particular reason, I just forget. I think I just get overwhelmed and I don't know what to say. It's happening next week, so I kind of need to get this up if I want to like vlog the process and everything. Long story short, you guys would have been able to tell from the title and the thumbnail and everything of this video, I am getting a rhinoplasty. I think I have a little bit of nervous energy and it comes out as like laughter and smiling, and that's why I keep getting so smiley in this video. Mainly, I'm just really excited because it's something I've wanted to do for a really long time. I have mentioned it in like my last couple videos, I think, like that it's coming up. I've had consultations, things like that. If not, here it is. I want a nose job, always have. Not something that I've taken lightly. It's something I've considered for a really long time. Since I was a teenager, like 16, 17 onwards, I've always really wanted one. I never thought that I would actually get one. And it wasn't until like the last couple of years that I actually started taking it seriously and like looking into getting a nose job. I am like the most anxious, like I just avoid everything. I don't have my license. I'm nearly 29 in June and I don't have my driver's license. I've driven a car before under supervision, but it is terrifying to me. I didn't think that I would ever actually get a nose job. I didn't think it was something that I'd ever be able to go like through with getting. I was really scared to be put under anesthesia and like just the whole concept of like, will I wake up? I don't know. Subconsciously, I just kind of started feeling more brave in my life, and I'm kind of at that stage where I'm like, I don't want to go through my life not having done things because I'm scared of doing them, and me getting a nose job is one of those things. I know that when I'm old, I'll look back on my life and like wish that I had have done that, which sounds so silly, but it's just something that I've like strongly always wanted to do. The last couple of years, I started like looking into it, actually researching doctors, and then, I don't know man, one day I booked it. And here we are. I'm kind of all over the place with this video. I don't really know what to say or where to go with it. This is just like, I wanted to give like an introductory to me getting a nose job. Plant the seed in your mind to let you know that it's coming. I asked on Instagram the other day for some questions just for a Q&A that I was doing on Instagram, because I've just made a highlights reel of like everything leading up to my nose job, and I'm going to vlog and document the entire experience on YouTube as well as on my Instagram. It's just Kasey Rayton, exact same spelling as my YouTube. There'll be a lot more updates on there than there will be on here. You guys are just gonna get like the bulk on here, whereas every day small little updates of how I'm doing and all that kind of stuff is going to be over on my Instagram. I had a couple of questions that were asked, so I'm just going to go through them and just use them as like a bit of a guide for like where to go this video, because I have no idea. I don't know. I guess the first thing that everyone will want to know is where I'm going to get it done. I'm getting it done on the 19th of May, which is next week. The doctor I'm seeing, the surgeon, is Dr. Zachariah. He is incredible. My God, his work is just impeccable. He does a lot of TV personalities and celebrities. He's done Sky Wheatley, who was on Big Brother. She's a YouTuber now, if you guys don't know, and she was one of the first people that I asked about her nose job, because I watched her nose job vlogs ages ago, and I knew that that was the doctor that she went to, and so I wanted to ask her about her experience with him. She was so lovely, so helpful. Basically, I just like Googled the best cosmetic surgeons for nose jobs, rhinoplasties in Australia, kept coming up with the same sort of people. There were some names I just didn't recognize at all, and personally I just wanted to go with someone that I knew had done a lot of people. And yeah, I can't really remember because it's so long ago now, but I remember I booked a consultation. I was really nervous and really excited, and the consultation was meant to be in a couple months time, and I think that's when COVID happened and I couldn't go to it. I think I postponed it for like 8 months or something, a very long time. I didn't end up actually having the consultation until January-ish this year, I think it was, and I just did not like the surgeon. We just didn't vibe. Had a very clinical, sterile, robot-y kind of vibe. The staff were lovely, but like the surgeon themselves, I just didn't click with them, which I think is really important, and I think I just knew then and there that they weren't the surgeon for me. It's really important that you like find someone that you're comfortable with, and I just didn't really feel comfortable with this person. There was no smile smiling, there was no happiness. And I really love when someone is like really personable and smiley and just relatable and happy, and makes me feel like really comfortable. So I went back to my GP and got another referral to go and see Dr. Zachariah, because you have to get a referral every single time you go and have another consultation, which you guys should know as well. You have to pay for a consultation. So I think it's anywhere between like, I'm gonna say like $250 to like $400. Could be less, could be more, but it just really depends on who you go to. So yeah, I was prepared to do that a million times over until I found the right surgeon for me. Dr. Zachariah just had like a really smiley personality. Like I had stalked his Instagram extensively. I'd done my research online about him, and I knew quite a few people that had gone to him before. It honestly felt more comfortable straight away because he is so social media friendly, which is obviously what I'm looking for, because I want to be able to film. I want to feel comfortable vlogging, which I'm really scared. And when I went to that other consultation, I was like, I cannot vlog here. Like, it just was so scary to me. I don't know what it is about Dr. Zach, but he just instantly made me feel so comfortable. So I did a phone consult with him just because of like COVID and everything. I mean, it wasn't like COVID times at the time of the consult, but they were doing like Zoom consults and FaceTime ones. So I didn't have to go to Sydney because I live like an hour and a bit away. I had to send him a photo through of the front and then each side of my face, as well as looking up and looking down. So basically once they have the photos, they can kind of Facetune, Photoshop you a nose and show you everything that they can and can't do for you, give you like a realistic idea. Like you're never going to look exactly like the pictures that they edit for you, but it's going to be like somewhere like in that ballpark. Basically, like with the first person, I really didn't get too much say. It just looked like more bulbous on the ends and like snobby. Like it looked like a little snooty nose. I remember a few people, when I showed them, they said that I looked like out of the Grinch or something. So that wasn't really what I'm going for. Don't want to badmouth the surgeon or anything. I'm sure they're amazing. This is about just drilling into you guys. Like if this is something that you want to do yourself, please take the time to find a surgeon that is right for you. But with Dr. Zach, just the way that he did my nose without me even saying anything, like I just told him what I didn't like. So I was like, I don't like the bump. And yeah, the images that he did are just amazing. I'm going to put them on the screen, but I do just want you guys to know that's not the final result. That is not what my nose is going to look like. That's just an idea of what they can do, and it's just kind of like a way for you to visualize what they could possibly do, but it's not like 100%. It's not a guarantee, if that makes sense. So someone asked what are the changes that I'm making to my nose. So my nose looks a lot smaller than it used to. When I'm skinnier, it looks a lot bigger. I actually don't mind my nose at the moment in like far away photos and things. It's when I like see it from the side or like it's up close or something, that's when I'm like, ugh. So that's my nose from the front, and then from the sides, hopefully you guys can see. Basically, what I don't love about my nose, I'm not going to say I don't hate my nose, I just don't love it. I've never liked the bump. That's always been like the main thing for me growing up. I remember being in year 2, I think it was. Pretty sure we had to partner up and do outlines of each other, like our silhouettes, and someone did mine, and I remember them doing the bump on my nose, and I saw it in the fucking silhouette that they drew. They drew my fucking bump, the audacity, and I was like, I was offended. Even at that young of an age, I don't know how I ever even like noticed it being a thing, but I just remember seeing that bump and I did not like how it looked at all. It was not the vibe I was going for. It's not as prominent anymore, but when I'm skinnier, like you can see it quite a lot more, and that's when I didn't like it. There's a lot more cushion around there, so it looks a bit cuter these days. The other thing that I've realized that I don't love about my nose, I have what they call a boxy tip. So I have a bum nose. I have got like, I don't know if you guys can see, but there's like a little bit of cartilage that's like separated. I think it's called like a bifid tip or something like that. And then the other thing I don't like is I don't like my nostrils. I feel like I have really long nostrils. Winnie, please stop, honey. What's the word? The projection. The projection of my nose is what bothers me the most. So if I'm to like go like this, like when I'm sitting in a video like this, it doesn't look that bad. I'm like, what are you talking about? In everyday life, like it is something that like I think about and that bothers me. Like if I try and get a photo with friends, I'm not even talking about social media. I really don't have a lot of social media, like Instagram, my influencer friends. I'm just talking like my everyday friends that don't even really care for social media. We'll just try and take like a silly photo together, and I'm always conscious of how I turn for my nose. I never take photos on my right side, only my left. If someone takes the photo too close and I see like the projection and like how big my nose is, like I see it a lot when I go and get filler, the way that my doctor films when she's filming my fillers and Botox. I'm like, oh my God, you made my nose look so huge. It looks disgusting. And it's not even just like it looks big to me. It's the shape and everything, like the divots. I have like on this side, it dints in just a little bit more than this side. My nose from each side of my face, I feel like is very different. I just want my bump taken off and I want my tip refined, and I want a like shorter nose, like slight slope, very, very slight. I don't want like a huge scoop or anything. And those are like the main things that I want to fix. I don't have a deviated septum or anything like that. I think I have like maybe the slightest misalignment. Pretty sure from my knowledge we're not doing a septoplasty, but they'll see when we get in there. It just really depends what my nose looks like on the inside. Obviously they can only tell so much from a consultation. I also had a lot of questions about whether I am nervous or excited, am I shitting bricks, who's gonna look after me, all that sort of stuff. So if you asked me a few years ago, I would have said, nope, not happening, not getting a nose job. Like there was a point where I had to get my wisdom teeth out and I didn't do it. I still have all 4 wisdom teeth. They are completely impacted. I need to go under general anesthesia and have them taken out. But I never wanted to do it because that was terrifying to me. Whereas now, the thought of it doesn't even faze me, which is, it's just crazy, like the different mindset that I'm in, all thanks to medication. It really is that bitch. Medical anxiety was like a huge phobia for me. I used to not even be able to get blood tests, but I had to get one earlier this year to get my iron results and get an iron infusion. So I've had 1 blood test, 2 iron infusions, and then I had to get another blood test recently. So Dr. Zach would have my blood results just before surgery, and so we could follow up on my iron infusions. So I'm like that bitch this year. Like, look at me. I'm doing so well. I'm like a fully functioning human. But yeah, like the idea of surgery now just does not even scare me. I'm sure I'll be really nervous when I'm going in. When I'm laying there about to be put under, I'll be scared then. I really don't like needles going in any of my veins, so I'm just hoping that they put the gas on me before they do that. Like, I'm ready. I feel like I've been prepping for this for like the last 2 years because it has been so long since deciding to book consultations and then to actually like go and get my surgery done. I feel nothing but excitement and just like anticipation. Like I want to have it over and done with. I want my new nose. I literally just want to debut it. The only thing that I'm nervous about, I'm not feeling nervous right now, but the only thing I can anticipate that I would be feeling anxious about in the future is, I don't know whether I'm going to be completely fine and not even be phased by the swelling and just the impact of everything and seeing my face after, or if I'm going to be like, holy shit, new face. Hoping that I don't feel too sorry for myself. We will see how my mental health goes. I just hope I don't have like an identity crisis. I don't think I will. I think like it's going to be weird for like the first few months, but then once it becomes the norm, I think I'm just gonna be loving it. I'm pretty positive about this. If you guys don't know, I have had nose filler before. I don't think I have any left. I think what's left is just fat on my nose because I've gained 10 kilos. Kind of makes it a little bit harder to tell because obviously your nose changes when you gain weight. It just doesn't look as bony anymore, so it's a little bit more difficult for me to tell. But where I did get filler, I got it when I was like a lot skinnier, so I got it here and here to make like the bump of my nose up here more straight. This is what I hated about it. I feel like I need to do a whole video on this, and I was planning to. Maybe I'll do it still, I don't know. Let me know if you guys want me to do an in-depth video on my experience with nose filler and just like why I regretted it, why I started hating it. I ended up getting it dissolved, if you guys don't know, but let me know if you want that video. Basically, I had it there. That was the first time I got it done, loved it, but then I feel like once it settled, I could see the bump again, and I was just being so picky and obsessive with my face that I went back and I asked for more. We did the tip for initially as well, but then when I went back, we did more. We just did too much. Where I went, I go to the Mance Clinic. I love them. I've been going to them for years. They're incredible at what they do, so this is like literally no shade to them. It's just I didn't know where to stop. I went too overboard. Over time, I think I just realized that my nose looked really bulbous on the tip. When you're getting a non-surgical rhinoplasty, they're adding to it. They can't take away, they can only add to it. What I wanted was I wanted a smaller nose, but you can't do that with filler. And Dr. Naomi literally said, she's like the owner of the Mance Clinic. She is a queen, she's a boss. She literally said, I bet you're gonna end up getting a rhinoplasty. You're gonna do it, just you wait and see. And she was so right. She knew then that I had the itch to do it because I always talked about it to her. I'm not new to getting fillers or Botox or anything, like having things done to my face. Those things don't scare me at all. I get my fillers done with no numbing cream most of the time, so I feel like I have a pretty good pain tolerance. Obviously, having my nose fucking smashed and reshaved and shaped is going to be very different. I'm not new to having a swollen face and having to deal with like bruising. I know what it's like to have my face kind of morph and change shape, because I've done that so many times with filler, and obviously I look really different now to what I used to look like. I'll chuck up a before image before all my fillers. Basically, for a recap, I have chin filler, I've got jaw filler, like here, a little bit here. I had nose filler, that's dissolved. I have cheek filler. What else have I had done? I've got lip filler, obviously. I get Botox, like here, lift, all that sort of stuff. I've got a lot of filler in my face, so yeah, I'm not new to the concept of having something on my face change, just not as drastically as my nose. It's gonna be interesting. In terms of who's looking after me, Hamish was such a typical man, and he completely forgot about the appointment. You know, it's not a life-changing decision or anything, don't worry about it, it's totally fine. He had a bike trip that he was meant to go on, and it had to get postponed because there was like a couple of cases in Brisbane or something like that of COVID. So they had to postpone that, and when he rebooked the dates, he didn't realize that it was only a few days after my surgery. He also had work on because he just didn't take the days off. He has actually taken off work now. He'll be able to look after me for the first 3 days of my surgery. He'll be able to be there for the surgery, pick me up, take me there, be there for me the following days, and take me back to Sydney for like the follow-up appointment, just to see how everything's going, and then I don't have to go back for like another week. So he's not going to be there for that following week, which I was really like nervous and upset about. Like, who's going to keep these dogs away from me? Because like, you guys can see how needy they are. Like, they keep coming in here back and forth. You can only imagine what it's going to be like when I'm like laying in bed dead. The dogs are going to go to my mum and dad's house, so they can't like knock my nose or anything. They like to paw. It's like a poodle cavoodle thing. They like to paw you in the face. And then when Hamish leaves, the dogs are going to stay at my parents' house, and my mum is going to come and look after me. Hopefully I'll be okay by then, because they do say that day 3 and 4 is like the hardest, and that's when you're going to be like the most effed. But it all should be fine. So yeah, I've got Hamish and my mum to look after me. Thanks. Not really sure what else I have to say. I have like a bunch of vitamins and things I have to start taking before my surgery. There's like a bunch of things that you can and can't take. So yeah, like pretty much anything like on the Mediterranean diet I'm not allowed to have. I can't have tomatoes, I can't have olive oil, garlic, all that sort of stuff. I think they must be like blood thinners. So yeah, I just kind of have to cut all those out. But yeah, I don't think there's anything else that I really need to like let you guys know about. This is just kind of like an update to say like, hey, I'm buying a new nose for my face. Be prepared to see it. We will reconvene with the nose vlogs in like 3, 2, 1. So get prepared for those. They'll be coming next week because my surgery is in literally 6 days. But yeah, new nose. So excited. Stay tuned. Follow my Instagram if you want to keep up to date with everything. And I'm going to link Dr. Zachariah down below if you guys are interested in getting a rhinoplasty or anything. Not that I'm like pushing it onto you guys to like get anything done, like just in case you want to know, which is the whole like reason I'm sharing these vlogs, is because when I was looking to get a nose job, I watched pretty much every single nose job vlog, and I found it really hard to find reviews of Dr. Zach or just anyone in Australia really. There was only like 1 or 2, so hopefully these are helpful. But love you guys. See you with my new nose.